Welcome to part 2 of your Sage 50 project. In this part, we are still on handout 1, and we are now going to create accounts to match the following. I want to turn your attention to instructions right at the top when we were setting up the second page of that handout. To create our own chart of accounts. In the last part, we talked about we have an opportunity to do so. Requirements for the project, and we went over the marking rubric. To create accounts, right now I turn your attention to chart of accounts, instructions for the project. If you click now, just once will do, it will open up bookkeeper account in a company that's called CG Wedding Planning Services. You will see there. Now, Wedding Planning Services is a company that offers wedding services, and so it hires out equipment. We are going to create various consultations under these people who are planning to wed. Now, if you look at your handout, you'll find that accounts in order to in various before we ways, begin, some accounts are figure out how you will save your documents. To do this, I want you to create a folder on your desktop. Name the folder CG Wedding Planning Services. Some accounts that will create are just a heading, so that they are not an actual account. It's just a heading. It is in this folder that you will save step 1 of your work of your chart of accounts. Step 1 is the step that we are going to do. So there are different groups immediately after this. And so what I want you to do is to make sure that you're very careful to go and create a folder on your each account that you create. And I will proceed. So if it's a heading, then just go make sure that you group it accordingly. I'll be walking you through this, so you shouldn't make a mistake. Now, to create a new account, navigate to the create command, which is the little book. Now, once we complete step 1, which is using Simply Accounting, create a new company file using the following information, we will save that on the folder that you have just created. We will then copy the whole folder the following information onto a flash drive. So the first account in our chart of accounts is 1000. It's actually just a heading. I want you based on the information on your flash drive, and so going forward you'll be working off your flash drive. Put in capital letters current assets. The grouping it's a group heading. Very good. Assuming that you have successfully created the folder called CG Wedding Planning Services on your desktop, I want you to save. I would like you to now go and this would save in Sage 50. I want us to just go and you should be able to see on your screen. I am going to open my Sage 50. Next one, which is 1050. I went to start window and I'm browsing until I find where my Sage is saved, and then I open Sage 50 Premium Accounting. That's what I have, and then I will go into the file that has the grouping streak. If it has no on a white background grouping that is written after the name of the account Premium Accounting in brackets, that is where my Sage just 50 is group account. You'll see here all other accounts unmarked are group accounts, so it's a group account. So test balance is group, and you'll find also that that grouping is the default grouping. So group account is automatically the default. I'm just giving it some time to start up, and we should see it coming up on the screen shortly. Create another and bank. So the next one is 1080 tab bank checking account. I see it. There it is. It's a group account. This is what you should be able to see. Create another. I'm now going to ask you to follow the instructions that are given in this document here. And so here it says that create a new company bank, and this is the information. So I will go bring up Sage and go create. So here it offers me options. Welcome to Sage 50. What do you wish to do? Open a sample company, create a new company, restore from backup, select an existing company, open the last company you worked on. So I will say that I want to create a new company. So say okay. It's a group account. Welcome to the new company setup wizard. So this takes you to a wizard. This wizard will help you set up your company quickly and easily. So just say next. And now it's asking us to put in the information that we are given here for our company. So I'm going to just make sure that I've got that up there so I can still read my document. To make it even better, I may even change the view of my document so that it gives me a bit more space on the screen. so I can share my screen between the instructions and
In
putting
capitals,
this into
total
Sage. So there
current
I am
assets.
sharing my screen. The name of the company is CG. So go ahead and put this information, and it's into Sage
total.
Wedding Planning Services.
Create another.
1400. The address is
Fixed assets.
33 Capricorn
It's a group total.
Street. No, it's a heading account. City is Edmonton. Create another. Alberta, 1450. Postal code T5J 2
Computer cash register.
2 in Canada. The phone number is a group account, so that's the default selection.
Create another.
1480 store furniture. Now if you tab the group account, Sage will tidy that up for you, so don't worry about the formatting of the phone number. It will be done by the computer. 1500. We don't have a second phone number.
Vehicle.
We have been given a fax number, so we'll put that in.
A group account.
1550.
Store. A group account.
And then if you just tap that through, it will be tidied up for you. 1590. Once we finish that, I want you to click next, and this takes us to put in our fiscal start and end date. So the fiscal year start is 1 July 2016. So it's month, day, year
and
format.
It's a total.
So
a group total.
The month is July 07. The next one, 2000. 01. Current liabilities 2016. The earliest transaction should be at the start of the fiscal year and is the group heading. Fiscal year end date is
2100
the last day of the year. So that will be 31 December 2016. 31 December 2016. So make sure that you change that date to 2016 because it's defaulting to 2017. Double check your entries that you've got the correct dates in there. So 1 July is the fiscal year start date. 31 December is the fiscal year end date.
Credit card payable.
The earliest transaction is on 1 July. Next. Accounts are used to organize and report accounting information.
And it
choose
is
how you want your list of accounts to be created.
Group account.
After your company is created, you can easily add more accounts, remove accounts you don't need, or modify accounts on the list. So
GST
what we would want is for to build our own list of accounts. So we don't want to have Sage 50 create a list of accounts for us based on our business type.
Group account.
In fact, it is we don't want to have Sage 50 create a list of accounts from an export file.
Annotation at the end.
We want to build our own list of accounts. So just select, let me build the list of accounts myself after the company is created. Create another. Select the third option. Next. And of course, it tells you that if you create your own list of accounts, it requires a bit of effort on your part. You're doing it manually and so on. And we're quite happy to do that. So do you want to continue and create your own list of accounts after creating your company? Say yes. They do, however, want us to select the type of industry we are in, and this normally helps in terms of the options that you have after now. We are a wedding planning services company, so we are a service company. So do select service as the type of industry.
This one here is S, which is a subgroup total.
Enter the name of the company.
I want you to put refund.
So enter the name of the company file. Now we want the name of the company file to be CG Wedding Planning Services, and I want you to just put a dash in there and put your first name and surname.
2790.
That way, when you print out your financial transactions,
all caps, total current liabilities,
export them into Excel, they will always have your name next to the name of the company. So that way I can identify this is your own work.
This is a
from a company that you have created. So this way I can distinguish your submission from that of another student.
2800.
And the next, enter the location where you will like to store the company
Long-term
file.
liabilities,
Now
all
for
in caps.
this, I want you to browse. The default is on C drive, and this is fine. Remember how
And it is a
I
group
opened
heading.
a folder on the desktop? You would
2850.
have done the same. I want you to browse to the folder that you have on your
Mortgage
desktop.
payable.
So I saved mine as eCampus CG Wedding
It
Planning
is a
Services
group
because I do
account.
have a face-to-face class, and I went through this with them as
Create
well. So I
another.
have a file already existing that
Total
is called
long-term
CG. In this
liabilities.
step, we're
So
going to
to change
distinguish that from
some
your file
user
that I'm
preferences.
working through with you online.
And so when
I
you
have
set up
named
your
mine
company and you're
eCampus
working in
CG Wedding
Sage,
Planning Services.
you
so I navigate to
can
that, and
change
that is where
default
I will
settings
put my
into preferred settings.
company
So some of the
file.
things we are going to change
2890.
is
Say next,
the use
and then
of
finish.
terms.
And so now
you can either use
Sage is
accounting terms
creating
or non-accounting
my
terms.
company file
Non-accounting terms are for
in
the
that
layman
folder
who
that I
is
created on
unfamiliar
total
with
long-term
accounting
liabilities.
It is a
in
group
general,
total.
but would like to
Create
use Sage
another.
50 to
It'll take a
do
couple
their
of
company
minutes.
accounts. And so they
3000.
prefer to just use layman's terms. Accounting terms are for those people
Honest
who are
equity.
familiar with accounting and so know the industry jargon.
It is a group heading.
As people who have taken the Introduction to
another.
Accounting course, you will be familiar with accounting terms. So we're going to
3560.
choose to use accounting terms for this project. And then we will change view options. We're going to change
C and
information
G.
settings, system settings,
Visa.
backup settings,
Capital.
and also
So that is the
how
owner's
our
capital
forms
account.
will appear. So I'll take you
It
through step by
is
step
a
how to
group
do
account.
this. So, as I said, I'm still on page 2 of handout 1, step 2. User
3600 net
preferences,
income is already
options.
there.
Use
If you
accounting
remember when we
terms.
first
So I'm
opened
going to go
our chart of accounts,
to
there was
change
already
these
an
settings.
account
I'll
called
go to setup,
3600.
user preferences,
We can
and
double check
make
it.
sure that use
just go
accounting
into
terms is
my
checked.
accounts. The accounts are listed in
The other thing that
in
I want you
order.
to change in
And
there
so you'll
is
see it
here
right
we
at the
says
bottom, the
automatically
3600 current
save changes
earnings.
to supplier, client, and
It's
other
already
records.
there,
I want
but
you
what
to
I may
tick
need
that.
to do is to change its name so that it's named in our
Show
chart of
list
accounts
buttons in
net
Sage
income.
50 and suggest items for revenue and expense transactions. I want you
And
to
I
make
can
sure
put
that is
in
ticked.
here. I just go in there,
Everything else,
pull it up, and then
just leave as
rename
default.
it.
So if I haven't asked you to change anything, just leave it the way it was.
Net income.
Now under view
And I want you to
options,
put,
I want you to go click on
save and
view.
close.
So, I'm
And
going to
stop this
we
video
want
at this
to
stage.
take away a lot of
and
these
as for
things
you,
that
I
we
just
see
want you
on
to
the screen.
allow
So if you
Sage
look on your screen
continue
right now,
to
there's a
create
lot
see
of,
how it has
as I
been
said, a few
renamed.
minutes, and then I'll come back to tabs there that will take us to various
So open again my little
tools.
red
We
create
do not
account,
need all of them. For example, we
command.
don't have inventory.
And
We're
I am
not going to be
now
doing
at
payroll. So we're
3690.
going to just remove, we're not going to be working with projects at all. So we're going to
3690.
remove a lot of those panels.
all in caps.
So
Total
turn
owners
off
equity.
checklists
Total
owners
and daily business manager at start up and after
changing
this
session
one is
dates.
a
So
group total.
daily business manager was turned
another.
on, turn it off. Checklist was turned on,
4,000.
turn it off. Okay, so those are our view options. The other thing
Revenue.
that we want is to hide payroll, because we're not going to be working
this
with
is a group
payroll.
heading.
Hide inventory and
Create
projects,
another 4020.
and time and billing.
Revenue
all we
from
will see are
services.
General,
And this is a group account.
the general
revenue
module, the payables module,
from
and the receivables
services.
module. Leave
Create
the color
another.
scheme as it is.
Sales
Go to
discounts,
transaction
4200.
confirmation, and then I want you to turn on.
Sales
Tell me when a transaction
discounts.
is posted or recorded successfully. Make sure
It
that
is
is
a
turned
group
on.
account.
This
Create
is good to
another.
know when you're putting in transactions.
4390.
The fact that of whether or not you have successfully
Total
posted.
revenue. All in caps.
That's what we've asked Sage to tell us.
This is a group
And
total.
say okay.
5,000.
Now I want to carry on we want to move to
Expenses
change
all in
information
caps.
system backup and form settings.
And this
to
is
do
a
that,
heading,
I want you
group
to go
heading.
to setup, settings this time,
5020.
and I want you to go to information. You see
Advertising.
our company name and address and telephone number that
It is
we
a
put in
group
earlier,
account.
as well as our fiscal start end date. I want you to
5030.
add the business number for the company. The business number is 342
bank and credit card
121.
fees.
So obviously these are your expense
190.
accounts, and put it right there under business number. I want you to go to system. So just here in your navigation pane, click system. Do not
Group
allow
account.
transactions dated
Create another.
before 7/1/2016.
5060.
I'm now on the third page of your handout. So
Hydro
I'm now
expense.
on this page here, which is the third page of your
Group
handout.
account.
Create another.
5220.
Do not
Insurance expense.
allow transactions, so is this one here, dated
Group
before 1 July 2016.
Create another.
So I want you to go and select 1 July
5240.
2016. Do not
Interest
allow
expense.
transactions in the future. So I want you to uncheck allow transactions in the future to make sure that it is not checked.
It's a group account. Create another. And then just leave
5260.
everything.
Default.
Telephone expense.
Everything else, leave it as is.
Group account.
In the navigation pane, select
Create
backup
another.
and backup
5280.
frequency weekly. Turn off automatic backups. So display a backup reminder
Wedding
when
supplies
session
used
date changes.
Right.
So we want backup to
Create
be
another.
weekly. So I want you to select weekly.
The
in
last
there.
one, 5590. Total expense all in caps.
And it's going to be every
Total
Monday
expenses.
apparently.
And this is a
Automatic
group
backup is for
total,
every
T.
Monday. And then it will
And I want you
browse
to
to a
save and
certain
close.
place. And so this is the default backup location. But
Now,
what
in
we will
your
do is we will browse to where we want to back
handout,
up at
it
any one
says
point.
print the chart of
So this
accounts,
default will come up, but you will choose.
and
so
it says
anytime
change
that
the
it
name of the
defaults, when it asks you to
3600
back
account,
up,
we've already
it will
done that.
bring this
We
as
could
the
have done
default
it
place to
at the
back up.
end.
I want you to use
We
the
did it as
browse
we were going.
button to browse to where you want
Right.
this done. Now, one way that you can check that we have put in all our accounts correctly, I want
is
you
to
to go
check
to the navigation
validity
pane,
of
and I want you to
accounts.
go to forms. So
Forms.
this just checks to see that
So
our
right there.
accounts are
And
valid.
they are
Next,
placed- they have the
sales
correct-
invoice
they are
number is
numbered
1 to
correctly
1, and
so
in the
proper order.
invoices, I want you
So
to
to
go
do that,
and
I want
you to write just 1 to 1.
Click right in
the
there.
red, check the validity
And
of
just tap
accounts
through.
command, and it says that my accounts are in logical order. I hope you find the same. The next receipt number is 297. So receipts,
If your accounts
I want
are not
you
in
to say
logical order,
297.
I
That's
want
the
you to
next
just
receipt
go
number,
and
and I
scroll
want you
down
to
and
just
check
the grouping and double check again the account numbers that you've done. You've assigned
Leave that
proper groupings, and also you've assigned proper
as is.
account numbers for each. Because remember from your accounting basics course that the accounts
company date
are logically
format.
placed
So I
with
want you to
assets
go
accounts,
to date format.
in numbered
And
between
for that
1,000
one,
and
the short date is
1,000,
fine. So go and just
999.
select short dates
Your
in that window, and there the
liabilities
default.
accounts are 2,000 to 2,999. Your owner's equity 3 to 3,999. Your revenue accounts 4,000 to 4,999. So sometimes if you misnumber an account
and say
so that it's a
okay.
revenue account but it is numbered incorrectly,
And so now you'll
you have
see
a
that the
problem.
view of our
Or
window
if
has
you
changed. We've
misgroup
removed
your
a lot of
accounts as well.
modules
Again,
that
will
we
cause
will not
your
use. We're just
accounts
left
not to
with
be
general
in
payables
logical
and
order.
receivables.
So just watch out for all that. Otherwise, if you were following with me exactly, your accounts should be in logical order.